Yeah, we're having a press conference to discuss the events of last night and what we're going to do moving forward.
What happened last night?
Last night we tried to occupy Margaret Campbell Square, and a lot of riot police stormed in. We were given warnings to leave, and then the riot police came and they arrested about 40 people who decided to remain defiant.
What did they tell you guys?
They told us that we were trespassing and that we had to leave the park.
Were you guys trespassing?
Yes.
Where are those 40 people now? Are they still in jail?
They're still in jail. They're being put back in jail.
What do you think about what happened?
Well, it's our right to assemble. I mean, that was personal choice of people who wanted to get arrested. I mean, I support it personally.
What's the message you want to send out to people today?
Today I just want to let the story be known.
Which is?
From our side. What I just told you. I mean, that people were trespassing. We tried to assemble peacefully at the park, and the riot police came and took 40 people away. Just to get our side of the story out there.
You said you're going to talk about what you're doing going forward. What's the plan from here on out?
Well, we still have to determine that. We're waiting for more people to come here today, and we're going to determine that. But we're having a march down to the 4th Avenue Jail after this press conference, and we're going to march and stand in solidarity with those who risk arrest.
I had heard that you guys had permission from the mayor or someone to be at the park.
We did, and I suppose it was retracted. The mayor said that he would show up and he arrested anybody if they were going to arrest people, but he never did that.
We actually have a press release that we are going to read first, and then we are going to handle the Q&A section. This will hopefully address some of this.
How long will you be here today? After the march?
We are going to read the press release to give you all the information.
Hold on, because he has the microphone. So can you read it?
Well, can we do that? Because we actually prearranged and we're not sure.
You guys not pick it up there, that way?
Give him the microphone.
You're not going to be able to hear this now? Okay. Today, as they celebrate Martin Luther King over in Washington, let us remember his words. He who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps to perpetrate it. He who accepts evil without protesting against it, is really cooperating with it. Yesterday, thousands of people showed up at Cesar Chavez Plaza to join the rest of the world in the Occupy movement. As predicted, it was one of the most diverse crowds Arizona has ever seen. Every age group, every race, and every side of the political spectrum was represented. We successfully were able to host over 2,000 people without a single arrest. We worked as a community, kept everybody hydrated, and cleaned up after all the trash. We respected authority, we respected each other, and we demonstrated what this movement is about. Strategic teams were formed for food, legal, media, medical, nonviolence, and outreach. Immediately, people started working together to ensure that Saturday was a peaceful, safe, healthy occupation for everyone. We would like to thank those who have supported us thus far and continue to support us in our efforts. On Saturday, a General Assembly was held in order to determine locations that would accommodate the crowd, and Margaret T. Hance Park was selected as the destination. At first, we were told that we could stay in the park. A few hours after we arrived, it became unclear. The crowd then came to a consensus that group organizers and many other volunteers would be sent to negotiate with the authorities. We were told that there was a noise complaint, yet the wedding that was happening adjacent to the park was much louder than we were. What we were doing was completely peaceful, organized, and clean. After hours of the authorities switching their minds, releasing different confusing information, and using various scare tactics, they eventually surrounded us in combat gear and flew a helicopter above us, asking us to leave. 40 individuals were arrested without resistance. There are currently over 1,500 cities part of the Occupy movement, and we feel the conversation is just as important to the people of this state as the rest of the world. It is a shame that we would use our tax dollars to dispense hundreds of armed policemen for such a victimless crime as sleeping in a park. While there were serious crimes happening that same night, Arizona law enforcement officials were busy intimidating a small group of peaceful protesters wanting to build a community, discuss ideas, and occupy apart.
We are exercising the First Amendment to the Constitution. The amendment prohibits the making of any law abridging the freedom of speech, infringing on the freedom of press, interfering with the right to peacefully assemble, or prohibiting the petitioning for a governmental redress of grievances. Thus, any local unjust law is trumped. Not only is it our constitutional right, but it is also our human right. We refuse to live in a police state in which our voices continue to be silenced. Yet through all the misuse of power, we do not hold any anger towards the police, for we also consider them part of the 99% who were just doing their job. The protesters were screaming, "We love you," while they were being arrested. Let us affirm people in their feelings while guiding them to remember not to confuse passion with hate, not to confuse anger with hate. Over the course of history, it has been a tool used to oppress people. It gives one a false sense of power over others when the reality is the oppressed just got silenced. They did not change their minds or their feelings, and it is a matter of time before the oppressed will regain their inspiration to empower themselves to make a stand again. Therefore, oppressive tactics have proven historically not to be a solution at all. We are looking for solutions, and those solutions will not be found while dehumanizing the people we disagree with. Blaming a whole group of people for the acts of a few within their midst serves no purpose but to further create dissent, thereby placing people further away from their goal. We are living our lives the best way we know how, based on the circumstances and influences in our lives. Our life paths are all different, but what we have in common is, in essence, exactly the same. People want to be loved and accepted. People want to be happy and have time to enjoy their lives. People want to be liberated to be who they are and express themselves freely. In essence, we are the same. It is only in expression that we differ. These differences can be overcome. Dehumanizing that which we disagree with is not the way to go. It is self-defeating. We urge people on both sides to exercise compassion and see the humanity in each other. We urge people on both sides to educate themselves prior to passing judgments. Our freedom cannot be confined by handcuffs. Our voices cannot be silenced in jails. Every time they resist us, it amplifies our intent. Our freedom cannot be taken away because it does not lie in any political, monetary, or socio-economic structure. It lies within ourselves. It lies within our community. And all that we are asking for is the right to peacefully exist.
Last night, Mayor Gordon told us that we could hold the park if we were peaceful. And last night we were told that the police in those communities told the city manager that we were peaceful, they were organized, and they were safe. Even as the mayor was telling us that we could remain, the police were going to the crowd, uninformed, and telling us we had to leave. The incommunications were myriad, but we hold it against no one. We recognize that it was a complicated night, and we want to move past any miscommunications. Later on, the mayor and the deputy city manager asked us to meet in a downtown hotel to negotiate. A small group of us were delegated to meet with these people. We met with the vice mayor, we met with the assistant city manager, we met with the chief of police and the deputy chief of police, among others. Councilman Johnson was there. And it's very unfortunate that some of those people who came to that meeting did not come in good faith and did not come with an authentic willingness to negotiate. We were told by the deputy city manager in the beginning that no matter what, during our negotiations, the police would not make a move while we were at the table negotiating. Shortly after the chief of police arrived, we were told that we could keep negotiating, but he had a lot of work to do going to announce to people that he was about to arrest them, so he had to leave the table and we could keep talking while he made arrests. We had this on camera. They did not come in good faith. They did not come with an authentic willingness to negotiate with us. And that's unfortunate, because we want to negotiate. And we want to work with them to build a safe, healthy, peaceful, respectful occupation. This is a growing movement. It didn't end last night. It won't end tonight. Last night, hundreds of riot cops were required to remove us from the park. We don't think that should be necessary. We would actually like to arrange a situation where it's less expensive and less inconvenient for everybody for us to hold a safe, healthy, peaceful, and respectful occupation. That's our goal. We look forward to any opportunities to negotiate in good faith with city parties who are willing to negotiate with reciprocal good faith. We have total confidence that moving forward, all parties will recognize that it's in everyone's best interest and it's easier on everyone if we can come to the table and listen to each other. Not say that we can listen while they go make mass arrests when they promised otherwise. We believe that this is going to work out moving forward. We believe that they want to work with us, or they're going to want to work with us. And we look forward to that time to working with them in the most respectful and compassionate way possible. We thank you for your time. My name is Jason Odner. That's Odhner.
Caitlin Flaherty, CAITLINFLAHERTY.
Apollo Poetry, APOLLOPOETRY.
May I make one more statement? When we were meeting with the city manager, he said that he had two chief concerns. There was going to be a barrier to him letting us stay in the park. The first concern, he said, was a safety issue. He said the city was so concerned for protecting our safety that they were worried that somebody might sprain an ankle or might somehow hurt themselves. So it was in the interest of our own safety that they sent hundreds of riot cops with gas masks and pepper spray and zip ties for our safety. We're glad to hear and grateful to hear that the city is so concerned for our safety. However, we suspect that if we work together, we could probably find a better way for them to demonstrate that commitment to our safety, and probably a more effective way. The other concern that they voiced was that there are anti-urban camping laws, and if they let us break the rules, they would have to let everyone break the rules. And they're very concerned about not engaging in discriminatory enforcement or selective enforcement of anti-camping laws. I think I speak for the majority of the group when I say that we're very excited to hear that the police and the city are very concerned now about the discriminatory and selective enforcement of anti-camping laws. Because anti-urban camping laws have historically been used to criminalize the homeless. Even as we fail to adequately fund resources for the homeless, even as we cut funding for CAS, even as we cut for all the social programs that would help the homeless and the most vulnerable people in our community. We still use every day these anti-camping laws selectively to harass the homeless. Recently, I was laying down during the day in a park before the occupation, having a picnic. Nearby was a gentleman who appeared to be homeless, and I watched as police came and cited and harassed him using the anti-urban camping laws as justification, even as I, being white and professional, was not bothered. So we're glad to hear that they're ready to have the dialogue about the selective enforcement of those laws. We're excited to have that dialogue. We look forward to it. And once we have our safe, healthy, and peaceful occupation established, we would welcome any opportunity to enter into that dialogue with city leaders.
How long are you guys going to be here today? You're going to come back after the march? Or?
As long as it takes. Our occupation is open-ended at this time. We will be having a march, and we'll be continuing occupation after the march. It may or may not be in this site. That will be decided in a general assembly later today.
Yeah. Hey, I got one more thing to say. Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! We are the 99%! 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 We are the 99%!
Colonel Sanders.
And the people of the media, we want to reacquaint you with the First Amendment to the Federal Constitution. The right of the people to peaceably assemble and petition the government for redress of grievances shall not be violated.